Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at Antoni Gaudí, the architect whose imagination basically built modern Barcelona's most amazing buildings.
Mm-hmm. And there's that famous story from his graduation back in 1878, right?
Yeah, the school director, Elias Rogen, apparently said they'd just given a degree to either a madman or a genius. Quite the start.
It really sets the stage. So our mission today is to figure out, well, what was it about Gaudí? What led him create things like the Sagrada Familia? We're diving into his life, his methods, and maybe what we can learn from him now.
All right, let's start back at the beginning. His formative years. He was from the Tarragona area, but the really key thing seems to be his dad's job.
Right. His father was an industrial coppersmith, a calderero. So he wasn't just drawing lines. He was physically shaping metal, working in 3 dimensions. Think about making big copper vats and things.
Okay. So Gaudí grew up seeing form take shape physically, not just on paper.
Exactly. And that likely gave him this innate sense of volume and space. It wasn't just geometry, it was sculptural, almost organic from the get-go.
Interesting. And he also had health issues early on. Rheumatism, I think.
Yeah, apparently quite severe. It meant he spent a lot of time observing, maybe more reserved. He became a vegetarian too. But it seems he used that time.
How so?
Well, he developed this intense love for nature. He joined this hiking club, the Centro Excursionista de Catalunya.
So less about the hiking, more about the looking.
Kind of his own outdoor university of natural structures. Because when Gaudí looked at nature, he saw something missing in architecture.
Yeah.
Especially Gothic.
Right. He famously called Gothic imperfect, which is a bold claim.
Very bold. He said it was like a defective body held up with crutches because it needed those external flying buttresses.
Okay, wow. So if he's rejecting buttresses, the defining feature, what's his alternative? How do you hold up these massive flowing buildings he designed?
Nature again. He basically said, forget straight lines, forget conventional styles. He started using these complex, ruled geometric surfaces found in nature. Things like hyperbolic paraboloids, helicoids.
Whoa, okay, slow down. Hyperbolic paraboloids. What are those, and what do they actually do for a building? Was this common math back then?
Not common in architecture, no. These shapes, well, they distribute weight and stress incredibly efficiently. You can build thinner, stronger walls and vaults because the form itself does the structural work. Think Pringles chips or saddle shapes.
Okay, I can visualize that, but figuring out the exact dimensions must have been a nightmare.
It was nearly impossible with standard calculation.
Yeah.
And that led to maybe his most brilliant invention, the funicular model or hanging chain model.
Describe that. It sounds kind of low-tech, but genius.
It really was.
Yeah.
Imagine for his church at Colonia Gol, he built a model, but upside down. He hung strings from a board representing columns and arches.
Okay.
Then he attached little sacks of weights like birdshot to the strings. Gravity naturally pulled these strings into perfect catenary curves, the ideal shape for an arch to support itself.
So gravity did the math for him.
Precisely. He'd then put a mirror underneath or photograph it, flip the image right side up, and voila, there was the optimal structure, dictated purely by physics.
That is incredible, like a 19th century physics simulation.
Exactly. And this thinking led to his masterpieces, 7 UNESCO sites now: Casa Batlló, Parc Güell, Casa Milà, which people call La Pedrera, and obviously the Sagrada Familia, which became his life's obsession.
And he wasn't just about structure, right? He was deeply involved in the craft, the surfaces, like trencadís.
Oh yeah, the broken ceramic mosaics. Beautiful, and also, an incredibly early example of using recycled materials. Very ahead of its time.
So connecting all this achievement,
Right.
what's the lesson for us? You mentioned obsession.
I think it's about singular focus.
Yeah.
Especially later in his life. After about 1915, he'd suffered personal losses, friends dying, commissions drying up, and he changed. Became much more ascetic, right? Less of a dandy architect. Totally. He basically retreated into the Sagrada Familia project. He famously told people, "My great friends are dead. I have no family, nor clients, nor fortune, so I can surrender myself entirely to the temple."
That's intense dedication, and it came at a cost. People apparently mistook him for a beggar near the end, before he was hit by that tram.
It's tragic. But that focus wasn't just stubbornness. It seems rooted in a deep philosophy. He connected beauty directly to truth.
There's that quote, "Beauty is the splendor of truth, and since art is beauty, without truth there is no art." So for him, architecture had to be truthful.
Structurally truthful, materially truthful. And ultimately, he saw architecture's highest purpose as organizing something elemental.
Light. Architecture is the ordering of light. I love that.
And not just any light. He was apparently obsessed with getting a light of the Mediterranean, often aiming for a specific 45-degree angle. You see it in the Sagrada Familia's stained glass. It's all about how light enters, how it's colored, how it fills the space. It's architecture as an instrument for light.
So he spent decades, endured being misunderstood, all to capture and order light in pursuit of this architectural truth. It makes you think.
Yeah. What creative work, what project in your own life maybe deserves that kind of intense focus, that level of dedication to bringing something true into the light?
A powerful question to end on. That's something for all of us to consider.